Hello everyone, I'm Travis.
And I'm Nicole.
And let's get wanderlust. This video is going to be our full ship tour of Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas. Star of the Seas is currently the largest cruise ship in the entire world, as it's almost 1,200 feet long and about 220 feet wide, and it has 20 decks full of food, fun, and all kinds of things to do. Maximum capacity of Star of the Seas is about 7,600 people, and it holds about 2,300 crew. And Star of the Seas made its maiden voyage back in August of 2025. This full ship tour was recorded on our cruise aboard Star of the Seas in September of 2025 when we had a 7-night cruise that went to St. Thomas, St. Martin, and Coco Cay in the Bahamas. Nicole and I do a lot of cruising, so if you enjoyed this video and you want to see what else our channel has to offer, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Star of the Seas uses the same elevator system that is on Icon of the Seas and Utopia of the Seas. This is called a destination style elevator system, where you basically hit the button of what floor you want to go to, and it directs you to a specific elevator. These elevator systems are usually way more efficient and way faster to get you to your location. So let's use the elevator to get all the way up to Deck 18 so we can start our tour. Deck 18 is home to the Grove. The Grove is a suite guest only venue on board Star of the Seas. You can only go here if you're staying in a Sky Class or Star Class suite. Inside the Grove is the Suite Sun Deck and of course a restaurant to get some food. Let's head down one floor to Deck 17 so we can check out Cloud 17.
As we enter into Cloud 17, the first thing you will see is the Cloud 17 pool. This is an infinity pool overlooking the edge of the ship with tons of seating around. As you continue around, you will come across the Lime and Coconut, one of the several Lime and Coconut locations on this ship. The Lime and Coconut is one of Royal Caribbean's signature bars, where you can find their signature drink, the Lime and Coconut. It is delicious. After the Lime and Coconut, there is a whirlpool in Cloud 17 that overlooks the center of the ship, so you have a great view of the nearby pool decks and Central Park.
Cloud 17 in the original plans for the Icon class ships was going to be the adults only area, and they changed it to the Hideaway right before Icon of the Seas came out.
Continuing on, you will find one of these smoking sections on board. On most Royal Caribbean ships, the smoking section is just some tables and chairs, but this was actually a very nice area with TVs, and looked like a lot of people were hanging out there.
Also located on Deck 17 near the back of the ship above Thrill Island is the basketball court. On Star of the Seas, they use the basketball court for a lot of different things, including pickleball, volleyball, and other sporting events. Let's head down one floor to Deck 16 so we can check out Thrill Island. The first location that we come to on the right hand side, heading towards the back of the ship, is Deserted Milkshake Bar. This is an additional cost venue where you can get really over the top milkshakes. Unfortunately, this venue is not included with your drink packages or your dining packages. The next venue is Base Camp. Base Camp is a complimentary food location on board Star of the Seas. They serve the smash burger, pretzel bites, tater tots, and chicken fingers. Nicole loves the Smash Burger from Base Camp. It's her favorite hamburger on board a Royal Caribbean ship, and it's free. Right next to Base Camp is the Base Camp Bar. Their signature drink is the Category 6 Hurricane. On the other side of Base Camp, you'll find two thrilling attractions. One is the rock climbing wall. How fast can you get to the top and ring the bell? The other is the Crown's Edge, which is for daredevils. If you wanted to hang off the side of the ship and pretend to fall off of it, this is the place to go. The Lost Dunes miniature golf course is also located on Thrill Island, with shipwrecks, plane crashes, and other really cool decorations. This is one of the coolest miniature golf courses on board a Royal Caribbean ship. At the very back of Deck 16 is the adults-only area, the Hideaway. The Hideaway has some of the best views on board Star of the Seas. You can see for miles and miles across the back of the ship. This is also the home of the infinity pool that everybody has seen in the photos of Star of the Seas off the back of the ship. The Hideaway Bar is also located back here, which is a great bar to go to with a Miami vibe. There's plenty of spaces to relax back in the Hideaway. It is truly an adult-only paradise. Leaving the Hideaway, also at the back of the ship, is the Flow Rider. This is the surf simulator on board Star of the Seas. You can hang 10 on a boogie board or on a surfboard. They even offer private lessons if you need them or want them. This is another great place to go on sail away so you can see the wake view as you're leaving port. On the starboard side of Thrill Island, you'll find the Category 6 Waterpark. This is a signature feature of Star of the Seas. There are 6 water slides, 2 mat slides, 2 family raft slides, and 2 body slides. You can't go on Star of the Seas and not experience the water slides. They're incredible. We really enjoyed the family raft slides. They're our favorite. The Category 6 Waterpark is the perfect place to cool off on your cruise aboard Star of the Seas.
As we head towards the front of the ship on Deck 16, we enter Chill Island. This is the pool deck on board. This is where you will also be able to reserve a casita, which is your own private space on the pool deck. It comes with a couple chairs, some covered shade area, and it gives you your own space to relax. Continuing on, you will come to the frozen lime and coconut. This is where you can get all of your favorite frozen drinks. My favorite one is the melon blast. Next, we have the Swim and Tonic, which is the swim up bar on board. This venue is now adults only, and it has some great gin and tonic based drinks that you are able to enjoy without even having to get out of the pool. Continuing on inside to the elevator bay, at the very front of deck 16, you will find Coastal Kitchen. This is your suite-only restaurant on board. This venue is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you are staying in a Sky or Star Class suite, you have access to all three of those. If you are staying in a C Class Junior suite, you are able to go to Coastal Kitchen for dinner.
We're going to head down to deck 15, and at the very front of the ship is another signature location on board Star of the Seas. This is the home of the Aquadome. The Aquadome is home to the Aqua Theater, and this is where they do the Aqua Theater show at. And on Star of the Seas, it is called Torque. It is a car or adrenaline-themed show, and it's probably one of the best Aqua Theater shows on any Royal Caribbean ship. They also have a kids' Aqua Theater show here called Pirates and Mermaids. As we head towards the port side of the Aquadome, we'll come up to our first specialty dining restaurant, and it's called Hooked. Hooked is the seafood restaurant on board Star of the Seas. They're open for dinner every night of your cruise, and then they're also open for lunch on sea days. We really liked the lobster tails at Hooked, and of course, if you're going for lunch, get the messy fish sandwich. It's really good. Inside Hooked is also the location of Chef's Table and Celebration Table, which are specialty dining restaurants. As we continue towards the front of the ship, we'll enter the Overlook, which is the overlook of the front of the ship. The Overlook has pods that you can sit in that are really comfortable and have a nice view of through the windows out of the front of the ship. And then you'll have the Overlook Bar, one of our favorite bars on board the ship, and its signature drink is the Overlook Spritz, which is incredible. We love this drink. One of the cool things about the Overlook is its lighting package. At night, this area is very pretty. It has a digital fish tank, which has fish swimming by you as you relax. And of course, it has that sweeping view of the front of the ship with floor-to-ceiling windows. The Overlook has a different feel during the day, and it has a different feel at night. Make sure you go there for both of them. On the starboard side of the ship, we have the coffee bar, which is called the Rye and Bean. The Rye and Bean is a great place to get specialty coffee, so if you wanted that caramel macchiato or that iced latte, this is a good place to go. It's also a great place to go for coffee-based alcoholic drinks, like espresso martinis, which is their signature drink. They even have coffee mocktails if you have the refreshment package. Also located in the Aquadome is the Aquadome Market, which is like the food hall on board Star of the Seas. The Aquadome Market has several different kiosks that serve different types of food. Everything from barbecue to crepes to Mediterranean food and Asian style food. We really enjoy La Cosanita, the crepe place, and of course, Nicole can't go on an Icon class ship without eating at Feta for Mediterranean food. And the last place inside the Aquadome is the Royal Bling Shop. This is where you can get blinged out with all kinds of fancy, shiny, Royal Caribbean jewelry and necklaces. You can also sit on the Royal Throne.
Continuing towards the back of the ship on deck 15, we are back in Chill Island. You will find tons of covered seating here, and then you will come across the new addition to Star of the Seas, that extra whirlpool.
This whirlpool was added to Star of the Seas as something new over Icon. They originally wanted to put this whirlpool on Icon of the Seas, but they thought it would be too heavy for the ship.
Turns out, it wasn't. We will then come across the second lime and coconut location. This does serve that same menu, so the lime and coconut is their signature drink.
They also sell liquid IV and Zins at this location.
Continuing on, we come to Royal Bay, which is the main and largest pool on board. This has tons of seating around the pool. Some of the chairs are even in the water, so make sure if you want a good spot to get there early. Continuing around, we come to one of the towel stations on board. This is where you can check out as many towels as you need. They will scan your SeaPass card. Make sure that you return each one at the end of the cruise, or you will be charged $25 a piece.
Through those doors on deck 15 leads you to the Windjammer Marketplace. The Windjammer Marketplace is the buffet on board Star of the Seas. The Windjammer Marketplace is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of your cruise, and they have different themes and different food each day. Make sure you go there on embarkation day. They had lobster, steak, scallops, shrimp, and other seafood, and it's only available inside the Windjammer on embarkation day. And make sure you washy before you yummy.
Moving on to the other side of the ship, we come to A Loco Fresh, which is a complimentary dining option on board Star of the Seas that serves up all of your favorite Mexican cuisine. This is where you can get your burritos, your nachos, and the best margarita on board at Cantina Fresca Bar right next door.
Another difference between Icon of the Seas and Star of the Seas is this area right here, right next to El Loco Fresh. On Icon of the Seas, there is a special seating section here which has hammocks and other types of chairs. On Star of the Seas, they did not include that section of hammocks and chairs. You just get a normal seating area with some tables.
Up next, you will come to the 4th lime and coconut location on board. All of the lime and coconut bars, except for the frozen lime and coconut, serve the same exact menu, so you can get your favorite drink from any of the 3 on board. Continuing around the corner, you will find tons of chairs, and on the far left, a very secluded pool where usually not a lot of people are. They usually go to the large pool, so if you're looking to get away from the crowds, this could be a good spot. Continuing around the corner at the front of Deck 15 is where you can find the ping pong tables on board.
That's all of the pool deck. Let's head down to Deck 12 because there's nothing for guests other than staterooms on Decks 14. On Deck 12, you will find the Vitality at Sea Spa. The Vitality at Sea Spa has all kinds of spa services that you can pay for on your cruise. Everything from your beauty salon, pedicures, manicures, the thermal suite, massages, you name it. If it's at a spa, it's probably on board the spa on Star of the Seas. If you're interested to know what they have to offer, take the tour on embarkation day because they have an open house. Also inside the spa is the Vitality Cafe. At the Vitality Cafe, they have a huge selection of smoothies, fruit smoothies, and protein smoothies, along with another place to get specialty coffee. They even sell some protein bars here. We're so happy that there's a Vitality Cafe on board Star of the Seas. It's one of our favorite places to go. Let's head down to Deck 8 to experience the peaceful tranquilliness of Central Park. The first venue that we'll see in Central Park as we head towards the front of the ship is Chop's Grill. Chop's Grill is a specialty dining restaurant on board Star of the Seas. It's the steakhouse. Chop's Grill is open for dinner every night of your cruise and lunch on sea days. Our favorite thing to order at Chop's is the ribeye and the filet. And make sure you get the chocolate lava cake for dessert. Across from Chop's Grill is Azumi Sushi and Hibachi. This, of course, is the sushi and hibachi place on board Star of the Seas. Just like Chop's, Azumi is open for dinner every night of your cruise and lunch on sea days. You can either order sushi by the roll or by using their prefix menu. Recently, Royal Caribbean announced that Azumi Sushi is the most popular specialty dining restaurant on board a Royal Caribbean ship. Right next to Chop's Grill is the first bar that we'll come to in Central Park. It's the Trellis Bar. The Trellis Bar is the main bar in this area. It has the standard Royal Caribbean menu. We recommend ordering the Make Me Blush, which has sparkling wine in it. One of the cool things about Central Park on these Icon class ships is there's direct access down to the Royal Promenade from Central Park. These stairs right here will take you down to Deck 6 right by the Pearl Cafe. Also in Central Park is the Park Cafe. This is a complimentary dining option. The Park Cafe specializes in salads and sandwiches. They're known for the Royal Caribbean version of the beef on weck sandwich. They are open for breakfast and lunch. Another cool thing about Central Park on the Icon class ships is you can actually see the ocean from Central Park. Right here next to the Pearl, you can see right through those windows and through the windows right by the Pearl Cafe. Right after the Park Cafe is another bar. It's Bubbles, the champagne bar. Bubbles is known for champagne, of course, so if you want champagne or a champagne-based drink, this is where you go on Central Park. Across the way from Lou's is several shops. These are luxury high-end watch and jewelry stores. On the right-hand side, you'll see Lou's Jazz and Blues Bar. This bar is known for live music. They have a jazz band that plays in there, and the entire Star of the Seas Orchestra will play in there on some nights. We've hung out in Lou's Jazz Bar several times on our cruise. The music is awesome, and so are the drinks. One venue that we haven't talked about yet that is attached to Central Park, and it's near the front of the ship. It's the elegant dining experience that is themed to Prohibition-era Chicago. It's Lincoln Park Supper Club. Nicole and I ate at Lincoln Park Supper Club on night 5 of our cruise, and we really enjoyed it. It is a multi-course, multi-drink dining experience with great live jazz music and elegant, amazing food. We highly recommend this dining venue. Check out our video on our channel where we detail all of the courses and what we like and didn't like.
As you leave Central Park heading towards the back of the ship, you will come to Surfside. Surfside is the family and children's neighborhood exclusively on Icon-class ships, taking the place of the boardwalk on Oasis-class ships. The first place you will come to is Sunshine and Sundries. It is a small retail location that sells sunscreen, stuffed animals. This is where you can find the sailor plushie, and some really cute backpacks for kids based off of the carousel characters.
Slide.
Headed down to deck 7, you can either take the stairs, or if you want to take a shortcut, you can go down the slide. We will then come upon the arcade on board Star of the Seas. This is where you can find all of your classic arcade games. You are able to play these for an extra fee with your SeaPass card, so make sure if you send your kids to the arcade, you do give them a limit. Up next, we will come to Sugar Beach, the sweets and candy shop on board. This is where you can find every different type of candy imaginable, and they also have ice cream for an additional cost. Right in front of Sugar Beach is one of the main attractions on Surfside, the carousel. This is an all-ages carousel. It is completely free to ride, and it has some adorable characters instead of your typical horses. Next, we have the Playscape. This is for children only, but it gives them a nice little climbing playground for them to get some energy out. Now we have the specialty dining option in Surfside Pier 7. This is California style based cuisine, and they serve brunch and dinner. We ate here for dinner one night since we had the unlimited dining package. We really enjoyed the Korean fried chicken. The highlight of the Surfside area is the splash pad and the infinity pool at the very back of the ship. This gives kids a fun place to play and an awesome pool for the adults to hang out in. Across from Pier 7 is one of our favorite bars on board, the Lemon Post. This is a unique venue because it serves not only cocktails, but mocktails so that adults and kids can both hang out at the bar. These drinks are lemonade based, and to be honest, both the alcoholic and the mocktails have all been excellent that we have tried. Headed back towards the front of the ship, you will come to Surfside Bites. This is a complimentary quick service venue where you can get pizza toasties and confetti cookies. Right next door, there's another soft serve ice cream machine, so you do not have to go all the way up to the pool deck to get some free ice cream. The last venue that we will come to before leaving Surfside is the Surfside Eatery. This venue is unique to Icon-class ships. It is a secondary buffet specifically made for children and families, but anyone can go there, so that you don't have to go all the way up to deck 15 to grab a bite, and a lot of the food is usually themed to things that kids like. So it either looks fun or it just is fun in general. Corn dogs, that kind of stuff.
Let's head down to deck 6 and go inside. It's time to tour the Royal Promenade. This is the main entertainment and dining district on board Star of the Seas. On the port side of the ship, the first venue that we'll come to is a bar. It's Boleros. This is the Latin-themed bar on board the ship. Boleros is known for Latin music, Caribbean line dancing, and of course, your favorite Latin-themed drinks like mojitos and margaritas. Around the corner after you pass Boleros would be the VOOM Internet Desk. This is where you can go if you're having issues with the internet or if you'd like to purchase the internet. The folks that work the VOOM Internet Desks are wizards. They can get your internet working on whatever device you have, as long as it can connect to the internet wirelessly. Straight ahead from the VOOM Internet Desk is the Pearl Cafe. The Pearl Cafe is the main coffee bar on board Star of the Seas. This is where you can go to get your specialty coffees in the morning, like Nicole with her caramel macchiatos and mocha lattes and all that stuff that she drinks. Also at the Pearl Cafe, they have food. They have a couple cases full of food that you can order. Everything from your Oreo cheesecakes to sandwiches to little small snacks and stuff that you can take with you. There's also a drink station here, so if you're looking to get an iced tea or a juice or coffee or tea or soda, the Pearl Cafe is the perfect place to go. And you remember those stairs I talked about going to Central Park? That's where they lead to, right there. As we head around the corner and head towards the front of the ship, the next venue that we'll come up to is the Attic. The Attic is the comedy club on board Star of the Seas. This is where you'll go to see the comedians. On our sailing, there was 3 of them. They also use the Attic for several other things, including the art auction and the Royal Mystery takes place inside the Attic. At the front of the ship, just outside the Royal Promenade, there are 2 venues right here. The first one is the Crown Lounge. The Crown Lounge is for the Diamond and Above Crown and Anchor Society members. This is like the old Diamond Lounge. They just changed the name of it. Inside the Diamond Lounge, they have small plates for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and there's also happy hour later in the evening. So if you're Diamond status or higher, make sure you check out the Crown Lounge. Right next to the Crown Lounge is the escape rooms, and there's 2 of them. Make sure you check out your cruise planner. The themes for the escape rooms sound really cool. We've wanted to try them. If you have tried them, let us know in the comments how much you like them or not. And then down the hall on deck 6, a little bit ways away from the Crown Lounge, is the entrance to the gym, which is the Vitality at Sea gym. The gym on Star of the Seas has all of your latest and greatest technology and gym equipment, so you can make sure you're not taking on too many calories on your cruise. They also offer different classes, from spin to aerobics, and there's probably a bunch of other ones as well. We really enjoyed our time in the gym. It's definitely high tech, and all of the gym equipment works as though it's supposed to, and we didn't have to worry about eating too much on our cruise. As we head back out to the Royal Promenade and start walking towards the back of the ship, on the starboard side of the ship, we'll find the Dueling Pianos Bar. The Dueling Pianos Bar is just that. It's a dueling pianos bar. There are two performers that play on pianos, they take requests, they tell jokes, they make fun of the audience. It's a great show. It's also a really great bar. Our favorite drinks are the Metallo liqueur and the Snap, Crackle, and Pop. In the middle of Deck 5 on the starboard side is a specialty dining restaurant called Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. This is the Italian restaurant on board Star of the Seas. Like most of the specialty dining restaurants, Giovanni's is open for dinner every night of your cruise. It is also open for lunch on sea days and embarkation day. We really enjoyed the Giovanni's pizza, the filet mignon, and the tiramisu from Giovanni's. Make sure you try those. After Giovanni's is another bar. It's the Schooner Bar, which is the nautical-themed bar on board Star of the Seas. This bar is on almost every single Royal Caribbean ship. Nicole's favorite drink from the Schooner Bar is the Desert Pear Margarita. She highly recommends that one, and she thinks you should try it too. They also have live music in the Schooner Bar, and they do trivia over here as well. As we head towards the back of the ship on the Royal Promenade, on each side of the main entrance, you'll find the Pavilion on 6. These are little kiosks that have different items for sale. A lot of these items are in some of the shops on the Royal Promenade and other places of the ship as well. As we pass those, we'll also run into Adventure Ocean. Adventure Ocean is the kids club on board this ship. This is where the kids go to have fun, so the adults can go have fun without them. Adventure Ocean separates each one of the kids' clubs by age group. There's even a theater back in Adventure Ocean where they do different shows. There's tons of stuff to do for the kids. Make sure you check out Adventure Ocean on embarkation day to find out if it's right for your kids and what else they have to offer there. On the starboard side, opposite of Adventure Ocean, there's a hallway that leads to the back of the ship. In this hallway, the first venue you'll see is 6 and Main, which is a little shop that just kind of takes up some space. This shop sells the Vineyard Vines Star of the Seas merchandise and a few other luxury brands. Right after 6th and Main is the Sports Bar on board Star of the Seas. It's Playmakers. If you're wondering if Playmakers is going to be showing the big game, or the game you're looking for, there's a very good chance they will. When we were on Star of the Seas, they were playing all of the NFL games and a few other sports as well. Playmakers has some really good food, along with a full bar menu. We highly recommend the Playmakers Classic Burger and the Playmakers Fries. They're awesome. And as you leave Playmakers, at the back of the ship, you enter Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero is the ice skating rink on board Star of the Seas. This is where the show Soul takes place, which is the best ice skating show on any Royal Caribbean ship. We absolutely loved it. They also do laser tag here, some dance clubs, and they do Crazy Quest back here in Absolute Zero. In the entryway to Absolute Zero is the Teens Club, which is called Social 20. The Teens Club is for ages 13 to 17. They have different games, different things that they do back here, different events. I'm too old to go there, so if your kids like it, let us know in the comments. It looks really cool though.
Heading down a level to Deck 5, the first venue you will see on the port side is Port Merchants. This is where you can buy all of your duty-free liquor, cigarettes. At the back of the shop, they do also have a small section for anything that you may have forgotten or need while you're on your cruise, toiletries, medications, things like that. Continuing on, we come to guest services. If you have any type of issues on your cruise, or if you need help rescheduling anything, this is where you can go so that they can get you taken care of. They always do a great job in trying to make you happy. Behind the Pearl, you will find a curved desk. The first section of this is the Shore Excursions desk. This is where you can go to book or modify a shore excursion, or if you have any questions about what it entails. And right next door is the photo desk. This is where you can go to view any of the photos you've had taken on board the ship and purchase any that you do wish to have. Next, we come to the logo shop. This is the main merchandise shop on board Star of the Seas. This is where you can find all of your Star of the Seas cups, hats, magnets, shirts, pretty much anything you could want. They also have a very cool Stanley Cup that I almost bought a couple times.
You know who wouldn't get a Stanley Cup? The Buffalo Sabres.
Continuing on, we come to Sorrento's. This is your favorite late night pizza joint. It is open almost 24 hours a day. It closes at like 2 a.m. and they serve your favorite pizzas. This is complimentary and you can get as many slices or even a whole pizza as you want. Leaving Sorrento's, we come to some more retail shops. The first one is Effie Jewelers. They do a ton of giveaways here, and if you're looking for those free charm bracelets, this is where you will find the charm of the day. Next door is Solera Beauty. This is where you can find any of your perfumes, cosmetics, any beauty products that you need, and they are all duty-free. Continuing past the elevator bay to the very front of the ship, taking up decks 5 and 4, is the Royal Theater. This is where you will go to see the amazing show Back to the Future. They will also have headliner acts, comedy shows, and the Price is Right game show here as well. Leaving the theater and headed back on the opposite side of the Royal Promenade, you will come to Spotlight Karaoke. This is where you can do your late night karaoke sessions, and they also have private rooms that you can reserve to do karaoke with just your own group of friends. Continuing on, we come to the Collection, which is a retail shop on board that sells pre-loved luxury purses such as Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and Hermes. Next door is the Starbucks location on board. Keep in mind this is an actual Starbucks, so you will have to pay for these drinks. If you have a drink package and you want a Starbucks-like beverage, the Pearl does serve Starbucks coffee, and that is included. In the center of the Royal Promenade, right across from the Pearl, we have the 1400 Lobby Bar. This bar is themed to Royal Caribbean history, and this is where you can get their signature drink, the 1400, and there's a little special effect that they do with this drink for you. Now we come to the onboard port and shopping desk. This is where you can go to talk to the shopping expert, and they can give you all of their recommendations on places that Royal Caribbean supports that you can go shop when you're in port. Now we come to the pub on board, the Thorn and Thistle. This is the best place on board to get a Guinness and some of your other favorite beers. They also have live music in here during the evenings. Next door we have Next Cruise, which is where you can go to book your next cruise. They offer special promotions and lower deposits if you book a cruise while you are still on board. This is also where you can find the Crown and Anchor desk, so if you have any questions about your loyalty status or the program, they can help you out here. And just like on Deck 6, now we come to the Pavilion on 5, which is a series of shopping windows that offer several different brands of jewelry and accessories. We mentioned the gym on Deck 6, but on the outside of Deck 5 is where you can find the jogging track. This goes all the way around the ship, and it also has access to the gym.
On the jogging track, there are also some really cool places to relax and sit and enjoy the view from Deck 5 of the ocean.
Heading back inside, we come to the first entrance of the dining room. The dining room on board takes up decks 3, 4, and 5, and depending on whether or not you have set time or my time dining will determine which level you are on. The main dining room is open for breakfast and dinner every day of your cruise and for lunch on sea days. They offer several different theme nights aboard your cruise, which will offer matching menus. For instance, if you are on a longer cruise, your second dress your best or formal night will also be Royal Night, where they serve lobster.
We'll head down to Deck 4, and the first venue that we'll come to on Deck 4 is Casino Royale. This is the casino on board Star of the Seas. Casino Royale on Star of the Seas offers both a smoking and non-smoking section. And they have plenty of slot machines and table games to get your gambling fix on your cruise. If you didn't know and you're a member of the Crown and Anchor Society, certain statuses have a certain amount of free play. Make sure you use your free play before you leave the ship. It's just a great way to pass some time. Our record is about 20 seconds to burn through all of our free play. As we head towards the front of the ship on Deck 4, we'll run into the music hall. This is the live music performance area on board Star of the Seas. The music hall takes up Decks 3 and 4. There's a dance floor on Deck 3, and of course the main stage is on Deck 3. There's a bar on both floors. They do game shows, live music, dance clubs, and all kinds of other events inside the music hall. This is one of our more favorite places to go on our cruise aboard the ship. As we head down to Deck 3, at the very front of the ship, right by the main dining room, is the Conference Center. So if you're looking to do some sort of event on board Star of the Seas, this is where it will take place. At least, most likely would take place. On the opposite side of Deck 3, at the very front of the ship, is the Medical Center. If you get hurt, or if you're sick, or if you need medical attention, this is where you'd want to go.
So there you have it. That is our full ship tour of this amazing, spectacular ship, Star of the Seas. If you have any questions about this ship, our cruise aboard, or anything else that goes on in our channel, please make sure you leave those in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support our channel and you liked this video, make sure you
like this video
and subscribe for more. If you need us, we are going to head back up to the Lime and Coconut to grab their signature drink, the Lime and Coconut, because it was one of our favorites on board.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Nicole.
Thanks so much for watching.